joining us and talking about silliness and going to the heart of silliness, if you like, the capital of, we are joined by Tony Randle to give us, the Wellington City Councillor, Councillor Tony Randle, letter from Wellington this week, and Tony joins us now. Tony, welcome to the show. You've emailed me some topics this morning, but I thought the one that I'd like to start with just quietly is, because it sounds quite sort of amazing, is we're talking about the Greens this morning and when they're going to do the decent deal over Darlene Tana, Tony. And you've said your number one bullet point is the staff member who claimed that I would leak the Reading deal, this is the Reading Cinemas deal, has turned out to be Tory's newly appointed Chief of Staff, Nadine Walker. And she was previously the Green Party press officer and is Chloe Swarbrick's wife. Is that right?
That's absolutely right. When I first said, without naming the deal, that the council had done a terrible deal, we got a code of conduct against us. And part of the code of conduct that was put, which was sent in by the Green Party councillor and Deputy Mayor Laurie Foon, said that a staff member had overheard me saying I was going to leak all this information. Now, I just thought it was probably one of the administrators or managers, but I never thought that it was the newly appointed Chief of Staff. I'm just simply, it's just appalling that someone who was so clearly political would be accepted as a witness.
How did you find out this? How did you find out that it was Nadine Walker, Chloe Swarbrick's wife?
What happened was, I think somebody, I'm not sure if it was the media or someone else, got all the correspondence about all this code of conduct stuff. And in one of the letters, it named Nadine Walker, the Chief of Staff, and as the person who said I said this. Now, of course, I never said this, and to be perfectly honest, it would be a pretty stupid thing to say in a closed meeting that I was going to leak it out loud. It'd be a pretty stupid person to say that, but the fact that it was accepted, one person, she said, he said this, and saying that I did something was essentially illegal, was appalling. And
so let me get this right. You had the code of conduct put against you on the basis of that particular complaint. Is that right?
Well, that was one part of the complaint. That I said I was going to leak it. That's why. That was one element why we were going to be investigated for leaking information. And Linda blamed. Some people know that Linda Clark was hired and she did a bit of investigation. She found nothing. So they trumped up some charges to say that we breached, standing orders and this sort of stuff. Something that we, none of the five of us who were claimed to be party to this have ever accepted. And now, this is just a hit job, really. That's what you face, really, when you've got a council that's so it's dominated by people who just don't want to be held to account, and they have a go at you.
Yes, but they're not. Listen, I don't mean to be nasty, but not only are they all Greens, but they're all women. Is there some sort of coven that you've got working at the Wellington City Council? Some sort of green... No, listen, I'm serious. It's always my experience that when you have an all-woman thing, like an all-man thing, things can go wrong really quickly because you have a lack of balance in the decision-making process. So it's the reason I've always argued that you need women around a council table and that you need men in anywhere. But this is woman, and lots of lesbians. Now, I know you won't say anything about that, but I'm just thinking, they've whipped themselves into a frenzy, haven't they?
Well, you were just talking about how the Box, weren't really playing fair, with the All Blacks when it came to, the haka, disrespecting them. I guess it comes back to the politics. It shouldn't be, but politics at the council seems to be a team sport. And when you're playing the game, some teams play by the rules and other teams don't play by the rules. And, I think the Green team in the council doesn't always play by the rules. And this is exactly the sort of thing that they do. They They cook up saying you did terrible things, you're a bad person, and then they try and shut you down. And then it didn't work.
So the other councillors that were involved with you, Nicola Young, Diane Calvert, Ray Chung, they were also named...
And Ona Pennant.
And Ona Pennant, who in actual fact is a sort of a liberal greenie, actually. I always thought Ona Pennant wasn't she?
Well, she is. And I mean, again, just because, I can speak straightforwardly on the platform. I understand Ona Pennant was sort of thrown into the mix because if it was just the four of us being targeted, it would look so obviously to be a hit job. And so she was sort of, I think the phrase that has been used is collateral damage, that she was also picked on as a lefty to show that it actually wasn't about picking on the four sensible councillors who said this is a crap deal.
Tony, I'm listening to this incredulously. I wish you could see the look on my face, because I'm thinking, this is not just political partisanship. This is corruption, because they are utilising a political hit job against their opponents by misusing council documentation, like your code of conduct, for example, and then making it very much worse, deciding that they're not going to tell you who your accusers are, or under just natural justice, share that information with you so that you can properly defend yourself, A, and B, have the opportunity to cross-examine that particular complainant.
Yes. I mean, it should never have been accepted. I mean, the mayor, Green Party councillor, Green Party mayor, the mayor accepted this complaint. I mean, that's her role. But you can't accept a complaint with spurious accusations in it. And they should have been edited out because it was never provable. And it only detracts, as you said, it means that I'm accused of something that I can't defend myself about. That's not natural justice.
No, it is not. No, it is not.
And again, I'm a team player. Yes, we have a go as the opposition to hold this council to account. But I always try to play by the rules, and I'm shocked. I am.
But what's Linda, the person? Listen, I've got no time for Linda Clark, so I won't even go there. But putting that, I mean, Linda Clark's impossibly biased, in my view. Has always been impossibly biased towards the left. But she did this code of conduct report. Surely, as a trained lawyer, she should have known that natural justice would prevail and that these accusations or allegations should have been put to you. Were they?
Well, we just didn't engage with the investigation because we knew what was happening. To be fair to Linda Clark, and I don't really want to be, but to be fair to Linda Clark, she discounted these sort of claims. And so she never gave it any substance in her report. And she never found, of course, in her report that, you never found who leaked the information around the Reading deal. And she also didn't find that I had ever leaked any information at all. And so, because I hadn't. And that was what just turned it into a hit job. And in the end, it backfired. I mean, it was a bad deal, and they tried to hide it. This is why politics is about you can work with people or you can attack people. But if you're going to attack people, you've got to get it right. And this was just an obvious attack. And now people can look at it, and it just reflects more on the majority who executed this, particularly Councillor Foon and the mayor, who have not ever apologised. They still accept that report, even though it's got no grounds. And, of course, the fact the Reading deal has been shown to be a bad deal only shows that, we were right to hold them to account.